As school children board those buses demanding answers, the questions at the White House late today asking what the president plans to do after the mass shootings, the most recent, of course, in Parkland, Florida. The president then taking action late today on guns, what he's now done, and the new images coming in tonight from our ABC station WPLG, the pictures from inside the school, what they reveal. Tonight, the White House is asked about AR-15s. Should there be age limits for buyers? The shooter was 18 when he bought his legally. ABC's Mary Bruce leading us off tonight.
As survivors of the Florida school shooting tonight travel by bus to the state capitol to demand action, vowing Washington is next, at the White House, they're already feeling the pressure. Tonight, answering questions about what President Trump is going to do about the mass shootings in America. 17 dead in Florida, 58 in Las Vegas, 26 dead in Sutherland Springs, Texas. Late today, the White House was pressed repeatedly. Does the president have any ideas? John Roberts from Fox News.
Sarah, you mentioned a deranged individual took the lives of 17 people at Parkland. That's after a deranged individual took dozens of lives in Las Vegas, in the wake of which the president offered some support for the idea of banning bump stocks, which then seemed to have fallen by the wayside. Does the president have any ideas at all on how to address this, or is he starting from scratch?
I can tell you that the president supports not having the use of bump stocks, and that we expect further action on that in the coming days. But I can tell you that the president doesn't support the use of those accessories.
That reporter pressing again.
On the broader problem of deranged individuals getting hold of weapons and killing people indiscriminately, does he have any ideas on how to deal with this?
Well, look, we're having, again, that's part of a lot of the conversations that we're going to have over the next
suggest he start from scratch here.
Mental illness.
If he has to listen to a bunch of people and he doesn't have any ideas of his own, that would suggest that he doesn't have any ideas.
It's not what I said. You're taking my words out of context.
Could you explain?
Well, I was trying to before you interrupted me. But the president is very focused on mental illness. Unfortunately, we can't just flip a switch, but there is a process.
Tonight, the White House says the president does want to make background checks more efficient. But then they were asked about assault weapons. In Florida, Nicholas Cruz was able to legally buy an AR-15 variant when he was just 18. To buy a handgun in Florida, you have to be 21.
Does the president believe there should be an age limit for those who buy an AR-15? As you know, the shooter in Florida was a teenager when he first bought an AR-15.
I know there are currently laws in place in certain states that restrict that in terms of whether or not we make that federal policy. That hasn't yet been determined. But that's something
is that something that
I think that's certainly something that's on the table for us to discuss and that we expect to come up over the next couple of weeks.
And then, moments after the briefing, the president revealed he is taking action on those bump stocks used in Las Vegas, directing the attorney general to come up with regulations to ban those devices.
Just a few moments ago, I signed a memorandum directing the attorney general to propose regulations to ban all devices that turn legal weapons into machine guns.
But tonight, those survivors in Florida know bump stocks weren't used in their school. Instead, a student and an AR-15 and red flags missed, which is why they want the president to do more.
Yeah, but we don't think that people should be able to possess a semi-automatic, which can be a weapon of mass destruction.
This is the way that we are all driving our grief. We're making something negative and just positive energy and positive change for the future.
Adrienne Bankert, who was on that bus. Mary Bruce with us live tonight from Washington. And Mary, we know the president is preparing to meet with students, parents, teachers from communities affected by mass shootings tomorrow. And as you reported there, he's directed his attorney general to take action on bump stocks. But you're also learning that the president, the White House, may not be able to ban these devices on their own?
David, lawmakers and experts seem to agree if the president wants to ban these bump stocks, he's likely going to need Congress to do it. Tonight, the top Democrat leading the charge on the Hill, Dianne Feinstein, has a message for the president. In a statement, she says, if you want these devices off the street, call congressional Republicans and tell them to stop blocking our bill.